The election of Liz Truss as leader was the final straw, admitted one councillor planning to fight the next election for Reform UK. Fed-up Tory councillors have explained why they are ditching the party in favour of Reform UK, with one explaining he was sick of the abhorrent backbiting and infighting. Another accused Prime Minister Rishi Sunak of failing to address issues of concern to British voters, and suggested the political outfit led by Richard Tice was the natural successor to Margaret Thatcher's Reform UK, which is in effect the successor to Nigel Farage's Brexit party, hit 13% in a poll published by YouGov last week, its highest ever total. David White is planning to stand for reform in the new constituency of Barnsley East when Mr. Sunak does eventually go to the country, almost certainly later this year. Speaking of the man who led the Tories to an 80-seat majority in 2019, he told the Daily Telegraph Boris Johnson was an excellent campaigner, who had nevertheless absolutely squandered his victory. Mr. White continued, "The infighting has been abhorrent, comical, and Liz Truss was the final straw. The backbiting and infighting to get Rishi Sunak elected was absolutely shocking. Every time I went into the town hall I was ridiculed by the Labour members, and rightly so. Reform is where the Conservatives were in the mid-80s. The Tories have not addressed fundamental issues that concern people. There's the cost of living crisis, to legal immigration they witness on a daily basis at hotels." Robert Bromley, elected a Tory councillor in Runnymede in Surrey in